Good afternoon. Ain't this a beautiful day today that the Lord has made? It is a beautiful day. Boy, can't nobody do me like Jesus. Amen. Sitting up here again, waiting on my grandbaby to get out. So outside I come on for a second or two, and I woke up this morning and seeking the Lord. So and what God dropped in my spirit in the book of Luke chapter 2, he talks about when Jesus was 12 years old. Jesus was sent here by his father because he had a purpose. He knew what he was sent here for. In Bible said at the age of 12, his parents would go to the Passover for the feast. And at the age of 12, the Bible said that Jesus tarried behind them. Sometimes we as Christians, we get in such a big hurry and we miss God. God is tearing behind us because he know his will, and he know what he was sent here to do. And I look at so many ministers that they go ahead of God. They don't wait on God. And when you don't wait on God, you can't hear from God. When you don't wait on him, you can't hear from him. When God trying to speak to you, you so busy doing your will, but not God's will. Because the Bible said that Jesus tarried behind them. Then the Bible goes on to say that after his mother and father got home, they were still so busy conversating that they had not even missed God yet. They were so busy in discussion of what they talking about. But the Bible said that 3 days later, they noticed that their son was not present with them. So they began to imagine, like a lot of us, when our children don't show up or they was with and you think you done lost them. So we go every place looking for them. The Bible said that they went even over their cousins, sister, brother, nobody seen them. So they decided to go back to the place where Jesus was with them, which the feast, 3 days later. And the Bible said when they got there, Jesus had been teaching and preaching in their synagogue. And all of the lawyers, all the important people was there, and they was amazed of what this 12-year-old kid was saying. And the Bible says he grows strong in wisdom. And I begin to think about a lot of preachers today. A lot of them don't have wisdom. They go out, they preach good, they sound good, they pray good, prophesy. But the important thing is It's God's gift. If you don't have the gift of God, without his gift, you'll never be able to identify God. What are you talking about, preacher? I'm glad you asked. You got to have the gift of God. I don't care who preaching, who prophesying, who praying for you. If you don't have the gift, then God gonna come to you and he gonna reveal to you who you really are. You, you know in the Bible it talks about the woman at the well. Jesus knew that often this woman would go to the well around the 6th hour to draw water out of Jacob's well. So Jesus told his disciples, y'all tarry here, I'm going further. So he goes to the well and he sit there. He went before the woman got there. You see? And he sit there and he waited on this woman. And when the woman got there, she drawing out water. So Jesus said, give me a drink of water. She replied back, you know we have no dwelling with the Jews. This Jacob well. And Jesus replied back, if you only knew the gift of God, then you would know who I am. You see, so when you're a leader, you don't have to tell people what your title is. I'm serving a tutu. I'm that and this. You ain't got to tell nobody that. And, you know, if they got the gift of God in them, they going to identify who you are. That's why I can walk up to people and I can identify a child of God when I meet them. Why? Because God gifted me to know when he shows up. And God will appear in someone or somebody that's living a holy life. If you had the gift of God, then you would know who was asking you for a drink of water. He didn't say, I'm Jesus of Nazareth. She said, corner now, corner. She said, I know who you are. You one of them prophets. If she'd had the gift of God, she would have knew. But she started guessing. Too many Christians today are guessing, is this really a man or woman of God? See, when you got God's gift, you don't have to guess. He'll let you know when a true prophet comes, when a true evangelist comes. We got too many show-off preachers in the pulpit. Want to be something that God never intended for you to be. Jesus understood that I must be about my Father's business. The Bible tells us in the book of Matthew, Jesus said, I didn't come in this world to be served. I came to serve. You see, so Jesus came to serve. A servant, when you go to a restaurant, you have to order your food, tell them what you want, how you want it, but you ain't got to tell it to God like that. Because when you're going through something, the Bible said God already know our need before you pray or even ask him. He know what we need. So if he come to serve, he'll serve you in the courtroom. He'll serve you in ICU. He'll serve you in prison. He'll serve you when your heart is broken. He'll serve you when you worry. He said, I came not to be served. See, Jesus was serving in areas that man could not serve you in. And that's why I encourage everybody to look up to Jesus. He's the author and the finisher of your faith. Look up to Jesus. He supplies everything that we need. So we ought to what? We ought to glory in Jesus and not in man. We give man too much credit. Man could put an act on, but Jesus show out. You see, so he don't have to act. You know in the Bible it say, one king asked Jesus when they was taking him before Pilate. He said, if you're a prophet, then give us a sign. Jesus said, oh, you wicked generation. He said, because of your unbelief, it won't be no sign done here today. You see, God don't have to prove to you who he really are. You have to have faith to believe who God really is. We have too many people been going to church for decades, and they still burdened down. They still weighted down. Look like you just can't get up. And you weighted down. You had the faith, but Satan came and stole it from you. So now I'm weighted down because I done seen too much in the church, too much happening in the church. You see, I'm not going to run with no false prophet. Because one thing about false teachers, if you that righteous go run with a preacher that's not right, he already got a name, a sign on his back, or she got it. And if you run with them, then that same label they got is going to get on you. God said, don't give which is holy to swine. Why you going to give something filthy and dirty till somebody needs something clean? God is a holy God. God is pure. God, the Bible said he cleans you as white as snow. I'm talking about Jesus himself. I'm not talking about me. He used me as a mouthpiece to preach to him, to you all, that he may get the glory out of it. Not that me get the glory. In Luke, the 9th chapter, the Bible talks about a man which was born blind from birth. He was born blind from birth. Luke, the 9th chapter. A man was born blind from birth. And his parents, they was holy. They was pure. They was righteous. So even Jesus' disciple, let me tell y'all something. Y'all need a preacher that is humble as a dove. This type of preacher you need. That's humble as a dove. In the Luke, the 9th chapter, because God take the foolish thing to confine the wise. The Bible said in Luke chapter 9, this man which was born blind from birth, and the parents was righteous before God. Why would God allow them to have a son that they was doing right by God? I'm talking to somebody that's listening. They was doing right by God. Why would God give them a handicapped child? Just because your child was born handicapped don't mean they going to remain handicapped when God is in the mix. I want to encourage your heart to let you know God is up to something good for you. It look bad right now. You have accepted that this the way it's going to be. Well, I want to encourage you. You don't have to accept that that's the way it's going to be, because God is up to something, and he up to something great. He up to something good. Something good finna come out of that bad thing. You that got a daughter that's rebelled and won't listen to the mother, won't listen to the father, I'm telling you, if you stay with Jesus, God about to turn that thing around. If you live in righteousness. This man which was born blind from birth, even the disciple that walked with Jesus, that he was teaching, asked Jesus a question. Master, we know that these are God's people. They are righteous people. Okay. Well, why was that man born blind? Who sinned in that house? The church always will ask questions when it looked like something is wrong. You hear what I say? When it looked like something is wrong. Just because your spouse acting up today does not mean God can't turn it around. You don't have to divorce if they ain't beating you side the head, pulling knives or guns or weapons on you. Then God, it's a possibility God gonna fix that thing. That rebellious child, it's a possibility God gonna fix that thing. Jesus said, ain't nobody in the house seen it. He said God made him that way so he can get the glory out of it. Whatever you facing today, if you don't faint, if you don't give up, if you don't give in, God is getting ready to get the glory out of it. You may be sick in your body. You may be ill today. But I want you to know this ain't an illness of death. This is not a sickness of death. It's that God is just waiting for the right and perfect timing. The right and perfect timing to fix it for you. You may feel as though it's not my time and it's been a long time and my time ain't yet came. But I want you to know, like Shirley Caesar say, you next in line for a miracle. Don't get out of line. Stay in line. You next in line for a miracle. You just got to keep the faith. Even Job. Job, you know the story of Job. Bible say he was an upright, perfect man. But yet still he faced a lot of things. He went through a lot of things. But Job never doubted God. He never gave in. He lost his cattle. He lost his house. He lost his children. His wife wanted a divorce. But God worked it out for Job. At the end, God worked it out. God made him 7 times richer than what he was from the beginning. Can't nobody do me like Jesus. That's something right there should encourage your heart to know that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, than your mind can think or imagine. We got too many preachers want to go around preaching, but they ain't got no gift of God. They made up a gift. It sounds like they got a gift, but watch them when they operate. No wisdom. Bible said Jesus grew in wisdom. So it don't impress me when a man or woman of God can preach real good. You know, If you ain't got the gift of God, then how would you know a true woman or man of God when you meet them? If you ain't got God's gift. That's the key thing. Having God's gift. Tomorrow, it's 6:30. I will be teaching Bible study at Mile Island Baptist Church, 5310 Fannin Street. Go on Facebook, look up Donald Coleman to get y'all information. Amen. And Sunday at 11:15, I will be back in the pulpit going forth. Amen. So I want all of my friends that supporting the Facebook, just by you coming on and letting me know, that's supporting my Facebook. Amen. But I speak the truth of God, not denying God's power. At 11:15 this coming Sunday, I will be back in the pulpit, and I will be bringing the message. So I want all of my friends and family to tune in. Till we meet again, I just want to drop a nugget in there for you all. But till we meet again, may God bless you. May he keep you continually. Don't doubt him. Don't look away. Keep your head up. Look towards the hill, which cometh your help. All of your help coming from the Lord. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.